What's the craziest thing you've seen a parent do to protect their child? When I was working as a school nurse, we had this 13-year-old diabetic student whose mom was an ER doctor. The kid needed insulin shots throughout the day and had to monitor his blood sugar constantly. His mother had set up detailed protocols with the school, provided emergency supplies, and personally trained key staff members. She'd made it crystal clear that missing insulin doses could put her son in a diabetic coma within hours. Everything was fine until we hired a new substitute teacher who thought she knew better than medical professionals. This woman was convinced that kids these days were coddled and that a little discipline would cure their made-up conditions. The crisis happened on a Friday afternoon when the regular teacher was out sick. Despite clear instructions in the subplans, this woman confiscated the boy's blood glucose meter during math class, claiming he was using it to cheat somehow. When he tried to explain he needed to check his blood sugar before lunch, she laughed and said, "You can check your levels after you finish your worksheet. Stop making excuses to get out of work." By the time lunch started, the boy was already showing signs of dangerously low blood sugar. He was pale, shaky, and struggling to focus. When he asked to go to the nurse, the substitute refused to let him leave. "Sit down and eat your lunch," she snapped. "You're not going anywhere until you complete your assignments." She actually took his glucose tablets away, saying candy wasn't allowed in her classroom. A classmate ran to get me from the nurse's office, but when I arrived, the substitute blocked the doorway. "This student is being disruptive and trying to manipulate you with his sob story," she said. I could see the boy was in serious trouble. His speech was slurred and he was barely conscious. When I pushed past her to help, she grabbed my arm and said, "I'm in charge of this classroom, not you." That's when his mother appeared in the doorway. Someone had called her directly when they couldn't reach me. She was still wearing scrubs from her hospital shift. Dr. Martinez took one look at her son and immediately started emergency treatment. She grabbed his glucose meter from the substitute's desk and checked his levels. Dangerously low, almost coma territory. While administering emergency glucose, she called for an ambulance. Then she turned to the substitute with the coldest voice I'd ever heard. "You withheld medical equipment from a diabetic child and nearly killed him. You're done here." The substitute tried to defend herself, saying she was just maintaining classroom discipline. Dr. Martinez pulled out her phone and called the superintendent directly. "This is Dr. Martinez from City General ER. Your substitute teacher just committed medical negligence against my diabetic son. I want her removed immediately and banned from this district." The investigation revealed the substitute had been confiscating medical supplies from multiple students, thinking their conditions were behavioral problems that needed tough love instead of medical care. She was fired that day, and her substitute license was permanently revoked. Dr. Martinez also had her reported to the state education board to prevent her from working with children anywhere else. The boy recovered fully, but his mother now personally vets every substitute teacher and has the school's medical protocols reviewed quarterly by the hospital's legal team. Sometimes protecting your child means using every professional connection you have to ensure dangerous people can't hurt other kids.